Good morning. I'm Kristen Harvest and I'm the Political Director for the Maryland League of Conservation Voters, and I could not be more delighted to welcome you this morning to this announcement of our first 2022 endorsement, Delegate Brooke Lierman for Maryland Comptroller. Today's event will be short and sweet. We will hear from both Maryland LCV's board chair as well as the delegate herself. But before I hand it off to Lynn for our official endorsement, I want to offer some observations about Brooke based on Maryland LCV and Brooke's working relationship for many years. Brooke was Maryland LCV's Legislator of the Year in 2019 for her sponsorship of the nation's first polystyrene foam ban, and she was a major force behind the Transit Safety and Investment Act, which in 2021. Brooke has consistently displayed a commitment to stakeholder engagement, climate policy, and environmental justice, and no one works harder or smarter at passing meaningful environmental policy. In those efforts and others, she has displayed a deep commitment to both transparency and accountability, as well as visionary thinking. Maryland LCV is confident that she will bring these same attributes when she becomes Maryland's next comptroller. Now I'll hand the mic over to Board Chair Lynn Heller. Thank you.
Good morning. It is a little chilly out here, but we could not be happier to be here. I'm Lynn Heller, Chair of the Maryland LCV Board. And like all of you, I believe that if we're going to protect Maryland's environment, we must elect a pro-conservation General Assembly and have pro-conservation statewide leadership. Maryland LCV's endorsement process is an important part of this equation. Before each state election, the Maryland LCV Board of Directors and staff evaluate questionnaires and conduct interviews with dozens of candidates for statewide office, including Controller, Attorney General, and Governor, as well as candidates for the Maryland House of Delegates and the Senate. To receive our endorsement, incumbent candidates must demonstrate proven and sustaining leadership on the environment. New candidates must also pass muster as we thoroughly evaluate their background and commitment to the environment. Our endorsement packs a wallop. In 2018, over 85% of candidates endorsed by Maryland LCV won their general election races. It's truly a pleasure today to announce our first endorsement, that of Brooke Lierman for Maryland Comptroller. Kristen already told you about some of Brooke's accomplishments. As Brooke has represented Baltimore City in the General Assembly, she has won a well-earned reputation as an energetic and effective environmental leader. My hands are a little numb. 1 second. During our candidate interviews, as part of our endorsement process, Brooke displayed a sophisticated understanding and vision of the role of Controller and the decisions of the Board of Public Works. Her policy positions are well thought out and seamlessly incorporate specific emphasis on climate and justice, both top priorities for Maryland LCV. Brooke offers specific, concrete plans. She displays visionary thinking and a sophisticated understanding of the role of Controller and the decisions of, I already said that. I apologize. Public Works, and most importantly, how the Controller can support Maryland's environmental goals. Maryland LCV is proud to endorse Brooke Lierman for Controller. We look forward to Brooke's strong, committed environmental voice in the Controller's office and to continuing a true partnership as she moves to higher office. And now I am very happy to introduce Brooke Controller. Brooke Lierman for Controller.
Thank you so much. It is a chilly and brisk morning. Please come in. It is a chilly and brisk morning, but it is such an honor to be here today to accept the endorsement of the Maryland League of Conservation Voters. I am just thrilled. I am starting now my final and 8th session, and the League of Conservation Voters has been an incredible partner in helping us pass truly landmark legislation over the past 8 years. Legislation to rid our beautiful harbor of the scourge of polystyrene foam, legislation to make sure we're holding our environmental agencies accountable, including passing incredibly strong transparency and accountability legislation last year with my friend Senator Sarah Elfreth, and more. And it has been a pleasure working with them on transit, making sure that we are building a multimodal transportation system here in the state of Maryland, because we know that the largest contributor to greenhouse gas in Maryland is the transportation sector. I'm just so proud of the work that we've been able to do together. And as comptroller, I am proud to continue this work. You know, I've started saying that I am excited to be a climate comptroller, and it is true. Because one of the largest issues, the biggest economic challenges facing the state of Maryland in the coming years is climate change. We have to make sure that our next state comptroller is laser focused on ensuring that our communities, our public buildings, everything, that we are prepared to meet the challenge of climate change. We cannot wait to address the effects of climate change because we are already experiencing the impacts. Whether it's more severe and frequent storms, increased flooding, rising water levels, hotter temperatures, we are feeling it now. Now, recently, I was in Chestertown this summer speaking with them. This is just one example of what climate change means and why our elected CFO, our comptroller, has to be focused on it. I was in Chestertown, and they talked to me about the need to raise the boat slips there because they have a public boat dock. And to raise almost just 20 boat slips, it cost the town $7 million. That is how much it is going to cost us to deal with this in the coming decades. And we have to plan for it now so that we don't leave our kids holding the buck. As a state, we have to continue to support clean energy practices, including offshore wind production, and increase environmental transparency to increase government accountability. The next comptroller of the state of Maryland will oversee billions of dollars in federal investments from the Biden-Harris infrastructure package. And we have one chance to make sure we spend that money correctly. One chance to ensure that we dig into the details of how every dollar is spent. One chance to elect someone who will ensure that that spending is transparent and accountable, who will consider the investments and how they'll impact the short and long-term health of Maryland's climate. I'm that candidate, and I'm so excited to be on this journey with the Maryland League of Conservation Voters. Election day, it doesn't feel like it now, but June 28th, the summer is just around the corner. We are less than 6 months from Election Day. So I encourage you and hope you'll all go to brookelierman.com today to get involved. Join us as we work together to build a better, cleaner, and more just future for this state. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you. Woohoo! Thanks. Thank you. Thank you.